It's Cradily! Shiny. Alright guys, here is a battle with the TinyRacoon, and he is from, PokeLadder, I believe. Anyway, this is another never-used battle. He leads with a Ditto, I lead with Dustbuster, and I know he has to switch or transform, so I decide just to go for the Focus Punch, which is an epic play, because he was pretty much damned either way. I get the Focus Punch, he just transforms, and I'm going to get it off the Ditto who transformed into Furret, but that's pretty awesome. Good job, Dustbuster. Dustbuster is epic. So he goes out into Armaldo, and I really don't want anything to take anything that Armaldo can do, so I just go for the Focus Punch, kind of expecting him just to kill Dustbuster. However, he just goes for the Stealth Rock, so I get a Focus Punch off on that, and I don't do a whole lot, and that's when I start thinking this is like a defensive Armaldo. Yeah, there you go. I can say that name. So I go into Politoed, hoping he can live something. He goes for an X-Scissor, and it only does about half, and now he kind of has to switch in fear of Surf, so I decide to predict the switch and go Hypnosis, but I end up missing the incoming Mantine, so that kind of sucks for me. So I go on to Raichu, because obviously Raichu, has Thunderbolt and stuff. He goes for Confused Ray, which is kind of annoying, but I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt anyway, because I kind of feel like playing a little risky, and I actually hit. He goes out into his Lanoon, and I hit it, so that's not so bad. And because my Raichu has Life Orb and does pretty nice damage there. Good job, Raichu. And remember, I'm using Raichu because it's not a Pikachu. Anyway, so I go out into Cradily, and he just goes Return, but that doesn't do anything because Cradily is part rock. And Cradily is like the epicest Pokemon ever, except not quite as epic as Magikarp. Anyway, so he decides to go Seed Bomb. It does about the same because it doesn't have Stab, and I'm just going to go Curse. Basically, this is my old Cradily I used to use a long time ago, but I replaced, what is it? What's the move that raises defense by 2? No, whatever. So I replaced Barrier. That's it. I replaced Barrier with with Curse because it's better. And now I'm just gonna Rock Slide because I kind of expected him to switch back in Armaldo, and I was right, and I do get it off on Armaldo. And I actually went Recover expecting the X-Scissor, but I kind of failed because he went Toxic, and I wasn't expecting it. And now I see that this Armaldo is like completely defensive. It's kind of interesting seeing Cradily against Armaldo because apparently they're the fossil Pokemon of the same generation, 3rd gen. Anyway, I'm just gonna go Rock Slide, and I didn't kill it, so I really should have went Rock Slide instead of recovering, but whatever. And he lives, unfortunately. I just want to take this thing out, so I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide again. He's going to use X-Scissor and get my Cradily down to really low health, but I just wanted to kill it off, so I just went for the Rock Slide here and killed Armaldo. Unfortunately for me, though, my Cradily is pretty weak after another Toxic hit. He goes out in a Linoon, and that's going to be able to take me out with Return because I only have 30 hit points left. So, actually, sorry, he just goes Seed Bomb, but either way, it's a KO on Cradily. Anyway, so Cradily goes down. That kind of makes me sad. I'm going to go out into Dustbuster because Dustbuster is epic, and I was really afraid he'd Extreme Speed, so I go for the Sucker Punch, but I don't quite kill it, and he goes Return. So this thing doesn't have Extreme Speed, and I end up using Sucker Punch for basically uselessness. So he goes out into Jumpluff, and I go for the Sucker Punch again, hoping to kill that. And basically, I'm going to leave Dustbuster in his Sleep Fodder. I thought he'd just use Sleep Powder right off the bat and put me to sleep, but he's not. And my Dustbuster is Scarfed, so I'm locked in a Sucker Punch, and he's going to now try to Sleep Powder me, but it misses, and I'm just waiting for him to put to sleep Dustbuster. I mean, come on, put me to sleep. But he keeps missing, which is really funny because it's really pointless. In fact, it's probably good for him because he keeps getting more leftover recovery. Finally, he gets the Sleep Powder off, and Dustbuster is asleep. And I'm just going to switch out Dustbuster now because I want to switch into something else to take care of that Jumpluff. I go out into Espeon, basically, because I kind of thought he'd Leech Seed me or something like that. But anyway, my Espeon is Scarfed, so I just go for the trick. I figure I'll get the Scarf off on something, and I get it off on Mantine, which is pretty nice because Mantine's kind of useless with a Scarf. But I don't want to stay in with Espeon because Mantine is like one of the best special walls in the game. So I go out into Politoed, and here's another point where I'd really like to have Water Absorb, but this is a damp Politoed, so whatever. Surf doesn't do anything anyway. And he goes out into Linoon. I'm just going to go for the Toxic, and this thing is pretty weak. I was hoping that I'd be able to, it would die to 2 Toxic. toxic hits, actually. So I decided just to send in something as Death Fodder, aka Dustbuster. But unfortunately for me, it looks like I kind of miscalculated, because first he kills off Dustbuster, which is sad, but I kind of sent him out as Death Fodder, so there you go. But then the second toxic doesn't quite kill him, and I'm like, what? Seriously? He lives, and I go on Espeon, hoping to win the speed tie, because my Espeon's timid, and they have the same base speed. But he wins the speed tie, goes for the Shadow Claw, and that's going to take out Espeon, which really sucks. And then his Lunoon's going to be taken down to the Toxic. And I really lost Espeon early, for nothing, and that sucks. So I go into my Scarf Pinsir, and I'm just going to go Super Power against the Tauros. It's super effective, and Tauros doesn't have great defenses, so I'm able to take it out with Super Power, and that's really nice. So his Tauros goes down, and that's cool. He goes down to Mantine, who resists the superpower, and I kind of have to switch now, so I go on to Politoed because I don't think he can do a whole lot to me. And he does go for the Surf, which, like I said, doesn't do a whole lot because of the resistance and Politoed's really good special defense. And I was going to Toxic because I know I can Toxic Stall it. His other Pokemon is Jumpluff, who I'm sure he wouldn't want Toxic Stalled as well. So, yeah, I set up the Toxic on Mantine, and that's nice. And now I'm just going to start going Ice Beam So I'm going Ice Beam to prevent him from going out in a Jumpluff. Not to mention, it'll get some damage on Mantine. Not a whole lot, but enough. And, yeah, he's Toxic Poisoned, and he's not doing really anything with Surf. I think it's doing like 10 damage after the leftovers recovery for Politoed, so it's not doing anything. I end up getting a crit with Ice Beam. Not really that important. I mean, it would have given him probably another turn of life, maybe. I don't know. But I don't think it was that important. Yeah, he just goes for Surf again, hits me down to 82. I just go for the Ice Beam, and he's going to die this turn to the Toxic. So Mantine goes down, which is helpful. And his last Pokemon is Jumpluff. And I don't feel like switching. I was hoping that he just to use Politoed as Sleep Fodder, but he played it pretty nicely and just went Seed Bomb and killed off Politoed. So I'm just going to go out into Pinsir and hope I'm faster. Unfortunately for me, my Pinsir's Adamant Scarf, so his Jumpluff actually still outspeeds me, and that sucks because he went for the substitute, and I locked myself into Stone Edge, so I kind of have to hope I don't miss. And I broke his sub, and that's nice for me, but he doesn't even try to miss stall me here. Instead, he just goes for the Seed Bomb, doesn't kill me, and now I just finish him off with Stone Edge. So, good game, TheTinyRacoon. It was a fun match, like NU matches usually are. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. Check him out. And anyway, see you guys next time. Bye! Tasty. Anyway, today's question of the day is, how many cards do you think is in this Pokemon card stack? There are many Pokemon cards in here, as you can see. I did this once with coins, and basically, if you are closest, then you will get a battle with me. So leave a comment about how many Pokemon cards are in here, and probably by the next time I feel like battling, I'll look on the description, see who has many Pokemon cards, and give them a message, or how many people guessed the right number. So if you want to battle with me, if anyone wants to battle with me, guess how many Pokemon cards are in that stack, and leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.